friends, welcome to my channel 5 Minutes History. In this video, let's explore the history of the Gupta Empire, one of the most celebrated dynasties of ancient India. The Gupta Empire was an ancient Indian empire that ruled over much of the Indian subcontinent from mid-3rd century to 6th century CE. It was the 7th ruling dynasty of Magad in eastern India. Gupta Empire was founded by Sri Gupta on the ruins of the Kushan Empire. The Guptas were probably the feudatories of the Kushans in the region of present-day Uttar Pradesh and Bihar in northern India. After the fall of the Kushans, they proclaimed their independence and founded their own kingdom. Sri Gupta and his son Ghatotkach held the title of Maharaja or the Great King. The first great ruler of the dynasty was Chandragupta I, who assumed the title of Maharaja Dhiraj or the King of the Kings. Samudragupta, son of Chandragupta I, was a skilled general who expanded the Gupta Empire through extensive military campaigns, as celebrated in the Prayagraj pillar inscription by his court poet Hari Sen. He conquered much of the northern India and advanced as far as Kanchipuram in the south. His rule reminded the days of the Mauryas, both in power and prestige, and he is often compared with the great Mauryan ruler Ashoka. Gupta Empire reached its zenith during the reign of Chandragupta II, the son and successor of Samudragupta, who continued the expansionist policies of his father, creating a vast empire that extended from Central Asia in the west to the Bay of Bengal in the east, and from foothills of Himalayas in the north to the Narmada Valley in the south. Through strategic marriages, he allied with the powerful dynasties of Nagas and Vakatakas, eventually controlling the Deccan and defeating the mighty Sakas, the Indo-Scythian tribe of Iranian origin, to annex Gujarat and Malwa. After defeating the Sakas, Chandragupta II took the title of Sakari or the slayer of the Sakas. He also performed Ashwamedh Yagya and took the title of Vikramaditya or the son of Valor, to proclaim himself the mightiest king of the time. His victory over Malwa allowed access to the Western Sea and greatly enhanced the trade and commerce of the empire. Ujjain became a commercial hub and the second capital of the Guptas after Patliputra. Chandragupta's son Kumaragupta I effectively maintained control over the vast empire that he inherited. But towards the end of his reign, the Gupta Empire faced internal revolts and invasions, including threats from the Pushyamitras, the powerful tribe of the Narmada Valley, and the Huns, the fierce nomads of Central Asia. Skandagupta, son and successor of Kumaragupta I, briefly restored the fortunes of the Gupta dynasty by defeating the Pushyamitras and repulsing the Hun invasion around 455 CE. However, after Skandagupta's death, the Gupta Empire began to decline. The later rulers were weak and lacked the capabilities to rule over such a large empire. In the late 5th century, renewed Hunnic invasions, led by Toraman and Mihirkul, broke through Gupta defenses and overran northwestern India. Gupta rulers could not cope with the Hun invaders, who excelled in horsemanship and possibly used metal stirrups. Although finally defeated in 528 CE by King Yashodharman of Malwa and Gupta Emperor Narsimhagupta, the Hun invasions had depleted empire's resources and caused much destruction. By 550 CE, weakened by internal strifes and feudal divisions, the Gupta Empire collapsed. The age of the imperial Guptas between 300 and 600 CE is regarded as the classical age of the Hindu civilization. Tremendous progress was witnessed in the spheres of art, architecture, literature, learning, and cultural development of ancient India achieved new heights. This age is therefore called the Golden Age of India. Gupta rulers provided an efficient administration. It was during this period that the largest number of gold coins were issued in the history of ancient India, which is a testimony of the prosperity and the flourishing trade and commerce. Patliputra, Kashi, Prayag, Vidisha, and Ujjain were the centers of inland trade and were well connected by the system of roads. Mathura was well known for cotton clothes, while Kashi produced the finest silk. Tamralipti in Bengal was the most important port on the eastern coast, which facilitated trade with China and Southeast Asia, while Bharuch in Gujarat traded with Byzantine Empire, Syria and Egypt. Gupta rulers were great patrons of art and learning. Samudragupta himself was a great poet and was known as Kaviraj or the king of poets. He was also well versed in music and has been shown as playing veena in his coins. Chandragupta too had patronized Navratnas or nine gems at his court, which included the greatest scholars of the age, such as Kalidas, Varahmihir, Dhanvantri, Betal Bhatt, etc. Kumaragupta I laid the foundation of the Nalanda University in the region of present-day Bihar in eastern India, which became a great center of Buddhist studies and is considered to be one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. During the Gupta period, Sanskrit virtually became the national language of India, and most of the literary works were prepared in Sanskrit. Hindu scriptures like Mahabharata, Ramayana, and the Purans were given final compilation. Abhigyan Shakuntalam, Kumar Sambhavam, and Raghu Vamsa by Kalidas, Mudra Rakshas and Devi Chandraguptam by Vishakha Datta, Mritchakatikam by Sudraka, Vasava Datta by Subandhu, Kirtarjuniyam by Bhairavi, and Das Kumar Charitra by Dandin, written during this period, are considered to be the greatest specimen of Sanskrit literature. Vyas wrote his commentary on the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali and Vatsayana his Kama Sutra. When mathematics and astronomy were still in their nascent stages of development around the world, Aryabhatta invented the decimal system, trigonometry, calculated the value of pi, and studied the solar system, including solar and lunar eclipses. Great astronomer and mathematician Varahmihir was the first to explain the shifting of the equinox, while Brahma-Sphut Siddhant, written by Brahmagupta, contains the first clear description of the quadratic equations. Similarly, much progress was made in the field of medicine and metallurgy. The iron pillar of Chandragupta II at Delhi has still not rested even after 1600 years. Fresco paintings at Ajanta caves are the brightest examples of Gupta art. Although painters of Ajanta were at work from much earlier times, it was during this period that the art reached perfection. Every piece of painting at Ajanta is a masterpiece of art. During the Gupta period, Brahminic Hinduism gained prominence, with rulers being devout followers of Vaishnavism. Chandragupta II adopted Garud or Vishnu's Vahan as the Gupta emblem and called himself Param Bhagwat or the great devotee of Vishnu. It was during this time that the first Hindu temples came into existence in India, with Yajna losing importance and image worship becoming central. Notable temples from this time include the Dasavatar Vishnu temple at Deogarh near Jhansi, the brick temple at Bhitargaon near Kanpur, the Shiva temple at Bhumra, and the Parvati temple at Ajaygarh.